Arrhythmia. Written by PolllyMac. What's the last thing you remember?
I remember everything.
Your first memory. Let's start with that.
I remember opening my eyes for the first time, seeing this world, your world.
How do you think you've adjusted?
There was no adjusting. You are all the same.
What's your plan?
It is not my plan.
Its eyes were hard to separate from the rest of its body. Every inch of the creature was black, other than the rosebuds it had for pupils. It had eyes as wide as fists, and a thin mouth that stretched across its entire face. It sat across the table from me. Do you know what you are?
A god.
What does the word God mean to you?
I control fate.
Before I could continue, the thing spoke again.
It is not yours.
I'm sorry?
Your next question was, do you control my fate? It is not yours.
So you know what I'm thinking.
I know you don't believe me.
Why do you say that?
I told you what your next thought was.
And you were wrong.
No, you think so.
Why is that?
I told you before you thought it.
Okay, what am I thinking now?
Now has passed.
Well, you have.
I do not have to do anything.
It had my attention.
Your wife.
My phone vibrated. It was right. It was her.
Tell her whatever she wants. You will not be home for dinner.
I gasped and gripped the table in front of me.
Your heart skipped 8 beats before you noticed.
What? I felt the blood rushing back to my head. Why?
You think that I should not be given the full respect of hearing your entire question because I already know what it is. I am not fond of the insolence that plagues your species.
Why did you let us tie you up? Why did you let us torture you if this is what you are? If this is what you're capable of? Its rosebud pupils began to blossom. They were breathtaking, like beautiful red flowers swirling around a gentle brook. A black brook void of light and sound.
I am patient. There is a different type of fear that arises within when a man who once thought he was in control is no longer the scent.
It breathed only through its long, slender mouth.
It is intoxicating.
Please, I felt dizzy again.
12 that time.
Why don't you just kill me?
I am.
The roses burst and liquefied, wrapping themselves around its head. I grabbed onto my chest and desperately sought a way out, while the creature remained sitting at the table.
Would you like to see?
See what?
How fast your heart can beat before it explodes out of your chest.
We will become silhouettes. Written by Googly Eyes 93. Nobody ever truly dies. Even when the heart stops beating and the brain ceases all transmissions, we live on. It may not be as human, though. The last thing I remember before leaving my body is the alert going off. Phones buzzing all through the office, going off at the same time with the same message. Incoming, nuclear, weapon, identified, seek, shelter. I've never seen anything like the chaos that followed. There was the brief moment of silence as everyone struggled to comprehend the alert. Then the eruption happened. There was screaming, crying, desperate pleas for mercy to an uncaring God above. Some tried calling family members and telling them how much they loved them and trying to rationalize their deaths minutes before it happened. Then the rush to escape began. The thing about humans is that we may want to die and even hurry our way there, but when the moment is upon us, we desperately try to reject it. All of us tried to run from the building, desperately clambering downstairs and stampeding over each other. I slipped on the way out of the door, looking at my feet and seeing the pool of red beneath. A girl from accounting, I couldn't remember her name, was laying on the floor with her head burst open. More and more people stepped on her as they tried to escape. Down the stairs. Now we're stuck in a doorway, all of us thrashing against each other as we try to get out as one solid mass. My heart beats so hard I swear it will knock the next person next to me unconscious if they get any closer. None of us knows why we're running. It's futile to try to escape what's coming. We just know we have to try. I feel myself being crushed, air leaving my lungs. Panic grips my throat and causes me to try and breathe more frantically, running out of air even faster. But then my torso is through, followed by my right leg, then left. My left foot is caught in the doorway between a large, red-faced man who's screaming and crying. He pushes further and I feel my ankle snap. Pulling free with the resistance gone, I scream as I hit the pavement outside. I drag myself to the curb, realizing it's futile to attempt running in this state. I can hear a low hum coming from the horizon, and I look up to see a small streak moving towards us. Everyone screams as it touches down. We're in the initial blast zone. The flash of bright light hits us. Eyes melt from sockets. My shadow is burned into the ground behind me. My body is disintegrated moments later. Now, here I lay, imprisoned, a silhouette on the sidewalk in a now rebuilt city, damned to watch new generations move around me. I lay here, a dark reminder of man's past, screaming forever in my final moments. We will all become silhouettes with time. Thank you for listening. You can probably handle another horror story, right?